So I'm driving right now the all-new Hyundai Santro. Welcome to Drivetime, and of course, the clue in the car tells you who my special guest today is also. Good morning, sir.
Very good morning to you. Can I have a seat?
Yes, please. It's your seat.
Nice to meet you again.
All right. So, of course, no points for guessing. Our guest today is Mr. YK Koo, who heads Hyundai's operations in India and is a familiar face for us on CNB. So we thought, with the new car having come out, instead of doing a regular interview, it's nice to get into the car, Mr. Koo.
Yeah.
So welcome. Thank you for your time this morning. Bright and early, and we're in Bhubaneswar. This is where the National Media Drive is also happening for this car. So a lot of people getting their chance with the Santro for the very first time. I had a brief opportunity to drive the car, of course, at your plant. Now, I think the one big focus that you've talked about is about how to make the car more modern and appeal to a much wider audience. Are you happy with the first reaction?
Yes, that's right. We launched it, all the Santro, 3 days ago on 23rd in Delhi.
Yes.
And actually, in fact, the Santro, everybody has a brilliant moment and unfading memories about Santro, which we launched 20 years ago.
Yes.
And now we relaunch the all the Santro in Indian market, and with a great moment. And I think it's very big impact to Indian market, and everybody remember the old Santro. And this is much upgraded product in terms of design, in terms of features, in terms of the safety and the performance and the peace of mind.
Yeah. Before the launch even happened, before people had even seen the car or knew the prices, you already had 23,501 bookings.
Yeah.
So now what are the dealers telling you? I mean, now that the cars are available for people to come and see, is there a lot of people rushing to the showrooms?
Yeah, that's right. After launch, and we started advertising campaign for TV and the print and OH, and even the dealers very, very happy, and we have to increase the lots of the morale for our dealers to get this fantastic product in their market.
It's a very crucial sort of product for you for many, many reasons. I mean, of course, the nameplate is very, very special for you, but in terms of even your overall compact car volume, there was a slide in the presentation yesterday which talked about how in the previous year that had actually dipped, but now you're expecting once again a surge or an increase in volume for the compact space. So how do you see that working out? Is it largely between Grand i10 and this car?
No, I think the way the old Santro relaunch, and I think we can regain our the volume and the market share and the stronger position in the mid compact segment, which was lost after we phase out, all the Santro 2014, and it's the right time we regain the volume and the market share and stronger presence in that segment.
But tell me something, when you got the idea from even headquarters, they gave the approval to do this car. India was obviously the most crucial market, but it obviously makes sense for other markets too. So what part of that development was India focused and what part was global?
No, I think the old Santro is developed, specially designed and developed for Indian market first. You see, we have the lots of the new features, and the best feature in this the product, for example, is the elephant inspired design, like center fascia, and even the air band and the propelled design air band, even the idle display area, So I think even interior is the beige and the black two-tone, which is much attractive. Then outlook also. So I think this is a good product for Indian market, and specially developed and designed for Indian consumers.
Mr. Koo, there are three things that struck me the first time I drove the car in Chennai. The first, of course, and you've talked about this, of course, it's not as if this is not known. the fact that it's so wide that it gives you a lot of cabin
That's
space.
right,
The second is, of course, like you mentioned, the quality of the interiors. The kind of equipment you're getting on this segment. Usually, you don't get any of this stuff. And the third for me was the ride quality. The fact that it's so comfortable and it has a really good feel on the road. Of those three, what do you think the consumer is going to appreciate the most?
No, I think this old Santro has bigger and wider and more spacious than first Santro.
Yeah.
And
then
even
other cars also. I mean,
of course, yeah.
in the segment.
And that is our one of the strengths. And even Tallboy, the concept is easy to get in and easy to get out, for the people to drive, and high the visibility for the driving. And even we have the body structure for the safety. Of course, ABS, passenger airbag is a standard for all the trims.
Yeah.
And much comfortable driving. And you see the premium, the cabin inside. And we have the fuel, the type like the petrol, and even the CNG. And we have the AMT transmission,
That's
for
the
the
one we
Mega
have
and the
right
Sport.
now.
Yeah. So in-house AMT and factory fitted CNG is one of the strong, the strength for our all the Santro.
Why was it important, you think, to do it in-house for the AMT?
In-house because we developed.
You weren't happy with the ones available?
AMT,
Because I find it's really smooth.
Yeah, smooth and dynamic.
It's different to the other products.
And there is no MVH, very quiet driving, smooth driving, and even very dynamic. Acceleration is fantastic.
But given what you have brought to the market, I mean, you've obviously moved the small car benchmark much higher. Given that sort of a complete difference for the consumer as well, don't you think there are going to be a lot more people wanting to now upgrade to this car?
Yeah, I think that this old Santro, I think we are thinking first-time buyer is a majority, especially in the rural market.
Okay.
And the secondary major the demand is coming from the metro market as additional buyer and the replacement. So when we have the 23,500 booking numbers till 22nd, and I think when we analyze the customer trend, through the online booking only, and we found out lots of the volume from rural market as a first-time buyer is more than 50%.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
and that doesn't usually happen right at the start like that. So it's giving you a lot of new first-time customers as well for the brand.
So that means I think the Santro is a very important product for Hyundai because the backbone and the entry product like Eon. And then we have the full product lineup from the Eon and the Santro, Grand i10, i20, and Accent, and the Verona, and Elantra. So we have the full product lineup as strong, which we have the older Santro as entry product. And then we can have the full retention in the future.
But Mr. Koo, once the Eon's life cycle ends, the current Eon, will you have a replacement car for that?
We'll continue the Eon said we'll continue.
No, but I'm saying whenever that finishes, whenever the life cycle finishes for that product, will there be a new generation, new model Eon as well?
Yeah, we can consider, because
there is no decisions yet.
That is the entry product.
So you feel like even in the future you will need a car that has to be below this one?
No, I think the Eon is entry and the Santro is above.
So you will need that, I'm saying, even in the future.
Yeah.
The reason I ask all these questions is because also in Chennai, when we did our last interview, you had mentioned to me that you will target about 8 to 10,000 units per month with the Santro.
That's right.
But given the massive interest, oh look, there's an old Santro there, the green one.
Yeah.
Nice to see that. Okay, given that sort of focus that, so many people who are looking or considering the Santro today, like you said, are first-time buyers. Of course, there will be some people who had the Santro, they'll come back, so they'll not be first-time. Given that massive interest, isn't that too small, that number, 8 to 10,000? Don't you think you'll need to do more?
No, actually, I told many times, and we are not in a position for the strategy, not pushing numbers in the market. So 8,000.
No, without you pushing. I mean, like the demand is going to be much bigger than 8 to 10,000.
Maybe more than 10,000. I think the demand will be more than 10,000 units, but I think 8,000, 9,000, that is a reasonable volume. at this moment.
But is that a production related constraint, or do you think that's a good way to cap it off so that the pull continues to remain from the market side?
No, because we can supply more than 10,000 units for all the Santro also. But if we supplied more than demand, for example,
Yeah.
then I think the later the customer interest will be down.
Yeah.
So I think 8,000, 9,000 in the long term, for the long term, is the right numbers for the sales.
All right. That's so, and that will anyway be more of a long-term view. I think immediately for now you'll have to do probably higher, right?
That's right.
Because you've already got so many bookings. The next few months between now and let's say I would think March or April, how are you going to handle that? Because you will have huge bookings even now after the launch.
Well, I think when we launch it, all the Santro, we clearly communicate. First 50,000 booking customer will get some advantage for the pricing concern as introduction to the price. So definitely this price we announce on 23rd as formal launch.
Yes.
It's very introduction price, and to attract the customer to come. So first 50,000 we have the introduction price, and then after 50,000 we have to increase the price because this very introduction special offer with introduction to the customer.
Yeah. No, but you'll still have a huge waiting period, I'm sure, because a lot of people will be waiting for this car. A lot more people are going to book it even around Diwali, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that for the next maybe 4 to 6 months, you will have to do more production of this car, right?
Then maybe we can increase more production also, more production volume to supply more, depending on the demand.
So before the launch, how much production had you done? Was there an inventory build up at the plant?
Around 8,500 to 9,000
Okay,
units.
so that's a pretty big number.
Yeah.
And this is in the overall interest has come from across the country, or do you find that there's more interest in one part?
No, I think the metro market, especially Delhi, is more than 10% contribution out of total the booking. So I think Delhi and the metro market, and even the rural market, the growing is very fast, no?
Okay.
So I think this number is coming from all over India.
And this, the reason I asked, or I said at the start that this is going to be a very significant product, of course, for itself, but also the platform. I mean, you've invested in this platform now.
Yeah.
It also gives you some future products. There's a lot of talk about, the QXI, and then of course the next generations of certain other cars like Grand i10 and Accent. So this is a good thing, right? This platform prepares you for that.
That's right. And even the old Santro, whenever we launch a new product, and always we have the lots of the new features, new age technology. Even the old Santro, we have the 23 new age features.
Yes.
So several of the new features is the best and the first and new in this segment. So the legend for Santro is very famous. So the legend is back.
That's I've heard you saying that line, and it's a very important one. I think it makes complete sense. So all right, I know I have to let you go very soon, but one other point, I think, how much of a difference does not just the Santro, but let's say by this time next year, once you've had some of these other products in the market also like QXI, how much of a market share difference do you see these products making for Hyundai in India?
No, overall I'm targeting the market already 16 to 70%. That is our ultimate the target.
Okay.
So most important, Hyundai is always aiming for not only the volume, but also the branding, customer satisfaction, and product quality, which is most important for Hyundai Motor India.
And it's no, but you already have about 16 to 17% market share. So I'm saying, do you think with these new products, the market share will also could go up?
Maybe there's some, it will help HMI to increase our market definitely. But most important, with the all new Santro is we can deliver, we can provide a new product with a new technology to the customer for their customer the choice and the customer delight.
This, I have to say, is much saner traffic than I had expected. Bhubaneswar traffic. The roads are nice. The traffic's nice.
How do you like the driving experience?
And I'm loving the AMT. It's so convenient. No, I think that I know you in your first bookings you've got about 30% AMT.
But that's right. 30%.
going forward, I think it'll increase. Do you think it might go up because this is very smooth?
Yeah, so our AMT was, as I told you, developed by our HMC. So I think right now this AMT is applicable to Magna and the Sport 2 trims. But we heard, many of the journalists and many of the dealers, they are asking us to expand AMT to entire trim. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing I was going to ask you, because there's a lot of people who've written to us saying, can we get Asta with AMT?
so
you might
we can consider anytime after we have the market feedback. Yeah?
Okay. All right. So that's open, and the AMT is made where? It's in where is it supplied from?
AMT from Korea.
Ah, so then do you have a?
No, but we have the developed by HMC, but we have the transmission, factory in our HMI.
Oh, so it's made here.
Locally,
So you can ramp up if
locally
required.
produced.
So if required, you can.
We can supply.
All right.
Depending on the market, the demand, always we can expand this AMT to entire trim also.
Okay. Okay. So my one last question then is, of all the different colors, which one's your favorite?
We have 7 colors. I think personally, I like the blue.
Okay, so we had the right
which we are driving. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we have the right choice, which I like the blue. Yeah.
You know, I like the blue too. It's my favorite. It looks very modern and attractive.
Yeah.
So okay, so here we are. We are back. Thank you for your time today. It's been always is fun to have a conversation, and this was different. So thank you. And I don't think I need to say it, but all the very best with the Santro rollout.
Yeah.
I think the car has already got a lot of interest.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, let me quickly pull up over here, and thank you all for watching. And if you have any queries or feedback, go ahead and send it to us. If you have any questions for Mr. Koo, send them to us also, and we'll be very happy to pass them on to him.
So don't forget, the legend is back.
The legend is back. That's a good note to end on.
Yeah.
Thank you so
much.
Thank you so much.